please welcome Mr. Sean Lock, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to have you. I'm so thrilled you're on the show because I've seen Sean live and I do think, genuinely, I think he's a brilliant comedian.
Thank you. Thanks very much, yes.
How long have you been doing comedy for? When did you start?
Well, I think what happened with me was I used to do loads it was sort of in the early 80s. I left school, didn't really have any qualifications or anything, so I just did any job, usually low-paid jobs. Worked on building sites a lot. I did loads of terrible jobs. I was a plumber for a while. I was a toilet cleaner in France. That's a tough job.
I imagine.
Yeah. Because you don't know where the toilet is. You're not sure you're in the toilet. Or the shower. What happened was I thought I wanted more than my fair share of attention. I think I was one of those people.
You
know that kind of feeling, don't you?
Never. You're the kind of person, though, were you making jokes, you were kind of seeking attention? Were you the funny guy on the building site, for example?
Well, no, I wasn't. I was the sort of middle-class guy on the building site. So... really, I had to sort of, like, temper it, really.
Yeah.
I was one of those people who ended up on a building site and possibly a lot of people thought, what's he doing there?
Did you become a bit more blokey while you were there? Did you overdo the... All right, good morning, all right,
yes,
a cup of tea, bribe me, look at her and pay fee.
No, people don't do that bad.
No. Have you noticed people don't do that so much anymore? I was trying to explain to my children what that was.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it at them, I want to point out, but I said people sometimes used to... But people used to do that in the streets. They would actually see a lady they liked and they'd go, whoa!
I worked on building sites for years, for about 7 years. I never saw one man do that.
Never one?
That's Sun cartoons.
What period was this?
This would have been from about 1981
well,
to
too
about
late, you see, you missed
1988.
it. The golden years of war were like 71 or 77.
Yeah.
I was there.
Honestly, I didn't...
Kylie, have you ever had that? Have you ever had anyone, when you've walked past Kylie, go, whoa!
Have I?
Yeah.
Not with those...
Not with that movement?
Yeah.
What kind of movements do they normally accompany for?
Movement.
I imagine it's more camp. It's like, whoa!
It's more jazz hands.
I love a jazz hand, me.
Yeah.
You can incorporate... You can do a jazz hand. He's not seasick right now, obviously.
Yeah.
How gorgeous is Kylie Minogue?
Lovely, she's lovely.
How handsome?
Have you seen the backing group?
OK, shall we show people now?
Looks like the...
OK, hold it. Stop just there. OK, so far, so good. OK? You've got Seasick Steve in the middle. He's not backing Kylie, although who knows? Maybe later on we'll get the old twanging thing out. You've got two lovely ladies there, two gorgeous ladies there. They're going to be, I guess, singing and a bit of shimmering and a bit of dancing in the background. Yeah, OK. Then we move around. Now the band. Now, I'm warning you now, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't pretty. So far, so good. What's that? Look at those two. It looks like there was a fire at the James Bond Convention Hotel. They watched out.
It'd be good, like a new Tory front bench.
We're just lucky they're not wearing the flip-flops.
You wanted change, we're going to give you change.
That's a radical future we're looking
I
at
think
right
that'd be
there.
great.
You're not a man, I imagine, who would go for that kind of thing. I mean, in terms of the sunny weather, you going out, are you in the shorts? Do you like to catch the sun? Or are you a pale fella who stays inside?
I'm not really a big sun worshipper. I do go out in the sun. I sort of run between patches of shade.
Yeah.
I like to experience the summer underneath a willow. That sounds quite dodgy, doesn't it?
It does sound...
I don't really go in the sun. I'm virtually green underneath.
Yeah,
Not underneath my clothes. I'm virtually green underneath. I'm not saying I'm jealous of your show or anything. No, years ago I can't go in the sun. I had skin cancer. Many years ago.
So this is a genuine reason. This isn't like you're not trying to just stay young and beautiful.
No,
you actually.
Well, obviously, I've not really worked very hard at that. I was very young, but I was about 22, 23 when I got it. But I used to work on building sites for many years, and you got your shirt off, and it's quite difficult to get an Irish foreman to rub a bit of ombre solaire in your back. You know, Mick, you wouldn't be a poppet, would you? And
Mick might like
this is
that.
pre-David Beckham. The men weren't very sensitive in those days.
Well, they've changed.
If you had a sarong in those days, it just meant the crotch had fallen out of your trousers. I did, and I was very lucky. They caught it really early. I was incredibly lucky, and I didn't really appreciate how lucky I was for many years, until someone actually explained to me
how bad it could have been.
Yes, yeah, and it's a strange tale, really, because it's almost like an anti-morality tale, because the reason that I survived was because I was promiscuous. I was single at the time, and so nobody saw my body. You know, one of the things that would protect you against skin cancer, you had a partner, they'd see your body.
They say that's different.
Yeah,
that's
that
changed.
looks a bit
You
weird.
want to get that looked into. Yeah.
Apart from all the other things, that looks strange. That looks strange because it's right in the small of my back. Which I don't know about you, but I never spend much time checking it.
Only when I'm shaving it, but
Yeah.
apart from that, no.
A special. Have you got that mirror? The ring mirror.
Is that like a ring road?
Yeah, I've had that joke for years and never had a chance to use it.
At last.
And so I was what you would call. I was promiscuous. I would just take opportunities where I found them.
Was this when you were already in comedy? Or was
Yes,
this when so you're on comedy, so you were travelling the country a bit, I guess?
Yes. That was it. And I had an experience one evening, and this woman said to me, "There's something very weird on your back, very strange on your back." And so I went to the doctors, and they sent me straight to the hospital, and they cut it out immediately. And they said to me afterwards, you know, I still didn't really understand. They said to me, "Well, we got it early. You'll be fine. You should be fine." But they said another 3 or 4 months down the line.
Wow.
You know, it could have gone. I wouldn't be here. So if I hadn't been a dirty dog, I'd be dead now. Basically, that's the moral tale there, kids.
If there are any people saving themselves for wedlock, you would advise against that.
No, yeah, get out there and just save your life.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's a nice
Just
thing.
do it.